name is Susan Roush McClenaghan, and I manage the Roush Collection. My father's name is Jack Roush. He's well known for his achievements in motorsports, but also industry, not just the automotive industry, but many kinds of industry. And to me, he's Dad. It's a very eclectic collection, and it spans pretty much the history of the company. We have drag race cars, road race cars, stock cars, both Cup Series and Truck Series. And then we have a number of vehicles of interest, some vehicles that I've restored, vehicles that were personal to my father. They may not be the actual vehicles that his family had when he was growing up, but they represent vehicles that he had early exposure to that helped develop his interest in fixing things. I started managing the collection in 1988 with just a handful of cars. Really, it was about the restorations and the show activities. At the time, I was working as a commercial artist, which I had for years. So this was in addition to all the other things that I did. As far as the building that we're in today, before this building, the collection was housed in places around the company where we could find room for everything to fit. This building was a garage services building before I moved in. As they needed more room, they looked for a new location, and this building became available. So we took everything that we had and put it in one place. This building is about 50,000 square foot. It's divided into two main showroom areas, plus we have the diner and the store up front. And then in the back, we have the place where we manage restorations and operate our drag race program out of. One day in the fall of 2005, our Roush Performance Products division had rented the track, and they had a number of vehicles down there, and Dad was there, and he gives me a call. And he says, "Hey, we've got the track for the day. You want to come down and check it out?" So I did that, and I drove about 3 different cars. And I had never been down a drag strip before. This was my first chance. And by the time we were done, I thought to myself, I think I can do this. We made plans to enter in the NMRA in Florida. And so in March of 2006, that was my first competitive race in a drag car. There are 2 vehicles in the collection from the GT development program. Both of them are engineering mules. The blue and orange one, that's a drivetrain development vehicle. It's got a lot of time on it and wear on it, and as you can see, it kind of caught on fire once through the development process. The other vehicle is a black vehicle that has an early pre-production aluminum body that was used to prove out the production of the aluminum body for the GT program. That one was more of a calibration development vehicle, so we have both of them in the collection. My personal experience with the GT was at the age of 13. My father was contacted by Edsel Ford, who had a GT that he wanted to get ready to sell. And so he had Dad do some engine work to it, get it running. So my father had picked it up from Edsel's property and brought it back to the shop, did the work, and loaded it up in a car hauler that for many years had been used as a drag race hauler. And when they got it out to Edsel's place, they found that somebody had to be in the vehicle to hold the brake because the inside of the hauler is on an incline. So in order to back the vehicle out, you really needed somebody in the car holding the brake as it was being winched out. They couldn't get in the car because the doors wouldn't open wide enough. So my father called my mom and said, "Hey, get Susan down here." So I got to do the limbo and wiggle my way into the car, and I got to back a GT40 out of the car hauler. When I was really little, I had this box of all the things that Dad used to take off the cars, like emblems and stuff, and that's one of my keepsakes. I have a lot of those things still today. Just this little box of Mustang emblems and a gas cap. And before he had the business that you know today, sometimes he would work out of the garage at home. We had a little house in Taylor and a 1.5 car garage, and I used to sit up in the rafters and watch him work on parts and work on cars. I'm Susan Roush McClenaghan, and I am PRI.